The snowstorm roared like a wounded beast that night, clawing at windows, shaking rooftops, and turning the mountain road into a blind white maze. Harold and Lily, an elderly couple living in a modest wooden cabin at the edge of town, heard a faint knocking, so weak, so fragile, that it felt like the storm itself was pleading for help. Harold opened the door and froze. A young mother stood there clutching two shivering children. Their faces were pale, lips trembling, clothes soaked with melted snow. Behind them, a man leaned against a broken-down old van, coughing into his gloved hand. "Please," the mother whispered. "Our car died, we can't stay out here anymore." Without a second thought, Lily rushed forward, wrapping her shawl around the children. "Come in," she insisted softly, pulling them inside. "Nobody suffers outside our home. Not tonight." The family, Maria, her husband Daniel, and their kids Emma and Liam, collapsed near the fire as the warmth washed over them. The exhaustion on their faces told a deeper story. Their car wasn't just broken. Their life was. Lily brought them hot soup while Harold took the man's hands in his. "You're safe now," he said. "Storm or no storm, you're staying here until things get better." Maria broke into tears. She wasn't used to kindness anymore. The troubles they hid. Over dinner, the truth spilled out slowly. Daniel had lost his construction job months ago. They had been evicted from their small apartment shortly after. Since then, they'd been living out of their van, trying to keep the kids warm, trying to find work, trying to hold on to some piece of dignity. They had been traveling from town to town in search of an opportunity that never came. Lily's heart ached when she heard it. She placed her hand over Maria's and whispered, "No one should ever feel ashamed for falling. What matters is that you're still trying to stand." For the next few days, Harold and Lily gave the family everything they could: warm meals, clean clothes, a place to sleep, and a sense of peace they hadn't felt in years. Daniel helped Harold with chores, Emma baked cookies with Lily, and Maria washed dishes, insisting she owed them something. But Harold only shook his head. "You owe us nothing. Helping you helps us remember what life is really about." A secret the elderly couple never knew. Daniel was constantly coughing. His hands shook. Lily noticed he struggled to catch his breath after simple tasks. One evening, as he collapsed onto a chair, she pressed a hand to his shoulder. "You need a doctor," she urged. Daniel looked away. "We can't afford one." Harold grabbed his coat. "Then we'll find one who doesn't care about money." The couple drove him to the town clinic. After hours of testing, the doctor spoke quietly, "It's pneumonia. If he stayed in that cold another night, he might not have survived." Maria held her husband and sobbed. "Do not thank us," Lily said as tears filled her own eyes. Any human would have done the same. But the truth was, not everyone would have. The day the cars arrived, the storm ended. Daniel started recovering. And one sunny morning, the family finally stood outside the cabin, ready to say goodbye. They hugged the elderly couple tightly, promising they would repay them someday. But Lily just smiled. Repay the world instead. Spread the kindness. 2 days passed. Then, on a quiet afternoon, the rumble of engines shook the peaceful valley. Harold peeked outside, expecting maybe one visitor. His jaw dropped. Car after car, sleek black SUVs, shining limousines, luxury sedans, rolled down the snowy road toward their cabin. A convoy unlike anything the tiny mountain community had ever seen. "Harold, what is happening?" Lily whispered, clutching his arm. The doors opened. Men in suits stepped out, followed by women holding large boxes. A private security team stood in formation. And finally, from the largest limousine, a familiar face emerged. Daniel. But he wasn't wearing old clothes. He wasn't pale or shivering. He looked confident. Strong. Alive. Maria and the children followed, smiling brightly. Lily gasped. "But, how?" Daniel stepped forward, tears streaming down his cheeks. "We never told you the whole truth," he said, voice trembling. "Before everything collapsed, I was the CEO of a real estate firm, one of the largest in the state. A lawsuit and medical bills destroyed everything we had. We were left with nothing, until we met you." Maria added, "You weren't just our shelter. You were the turning point of our lives. Daniel wiped his eyes. That kindness saved my life. And we want to honor it. Their lives transformed. One by one, the suited men opened the boxes. A brand new truck. Medical insurance fully paid for both Harold and Lily. A lifetime supply of heating oil, groceries, and home repairs. A renovated cabin blueprint with a team ready to build. And a final file, handed to Harold. "What's this?" he asked. Daniel smiled gently. "It's the deed to a 10-acre piece of land near the lake. In your names. So no matter what happens, you will always have security." Lily covered her mouth as tears fell. Harold, voice cracking, whispered, "We never wanted anything in return." Daniel knelt in front of them. "I know. That's why you deserve it." The children ran forward, hugging Lily's legs. "You saved our daddy," Emma said. "You saved us." Harold and Lily held them close, overwhelmed. The true meaning of wealth. As neighbors gathered, watching the extraordinary scene of luxury cars and grateful hearts, Harold looked around and said softly, "We didn't shelter them for reward. We sheltered them because the world is cold enough already." Daniel nodded. "And you reminded us that humanity is still alive." Maria stepped forward. "Kindness doesn't ask for payment. But it creates miracles." Ending message. That night, as the sun dipped behind the snowy mountains, Harold and Lily stood on their porch watching the once broken family drive away toward their rebuilt future. The convoy of luxury cars glided down the road like a river of hope. Lily whispered, "We didn't change their lives." Harold took her hand gently. "No," he said. "Love did." And in that quiet moment, under a sky full of silver stars, they realized the truth. One simple act of kindness can echo louder than wealth, louder than storms, louder than despair. And sometimes, it brings back blessings you never expected.